second approach, and Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. This is a different Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. That's Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head number one, and this is Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head number two. So let's talk.
Okay, so our approach was first they see us out doing stuff, interacting wherever we are, maybe we're out having fun or just fellowshipping or whatever. But they see us out doing stuff, and by seeing us out, then they kind of get intrigued, like, what's going on with them? Who are they? And so then once they're intrigued and interested, then they'll actually be open to hearing about what we're doing.
Okay.
So, otherwise they won't want to hear it. And then after they hear about stuff that we're doing or hear about us or who we are, then they'll be open to actually talk with us.
Okay.
Let's not really talk about what we want to talk with them about, but whatever they want to talk to us about. So whether it's getting more information or asking us about what we're doing, like actually they'll be inquiring about what we're doing, not so much us presenting it to them. And then
okay, they're getting close, man. I need to move back because I feel like I'm about to get mobbed by the potatoes. But go ahead. They're coming.
So after they're open to talk to us, then they'll start doing things with us.
Okay.
And that was the hands. We had the hands, and they'll actually be doing stuff with us because they are interested in it. So kind of it's a no pressure thing, but they're just doing stuff with us.
Okay.
Activities, whatever. And then once they've done some things with us, then they got the noses and the heads. Then they kind of caught our scent and got to know who we are. So then there's that, I guess, that kind of trust factor once they've been doing stuff with us. And then they'll start walking with us.
Gotcha.
And
So
understanding our culture.
So basically, both groups use the 5 senses to get people to come to their outreach organization, pretty much, right?
Yes.
It's pretty different. No tracks, no advertising, no money was really spent to do that, was it?
Not really.
Not really?
Some of them were like out doing activities. Out doing an activity.
Got you. While we're recording?
Yeah.
I put it in a perspective of we are. I mean, because you do need to advertise, but it's very expensive when you don't have the resources initially.
Okay.
I mean, pretty much, you can use like Facebook and social media is free, but the reality is, you gotta be a foot soldier initially.
Okay.
To get the people.
And I think people get more intrigued by seeing that. I mean, it's nice to have something else to look at, but in my opinion, nobody's really going to come because they saw something on the computer or whatever. And that's what our discussion was before we started. Like, yeah, there's flyers, but then are they really going to come because there's a flyer? Because they saw the flyer? We're going to give them the flyer, and they're going to throw it away. That's what people do with flyers, so.
Okay.
And, like with the seeing and being intrigued, like just having as simple as having a Thrive shirt on, and if you keep like every time we have a Thrive small group event, and then people will start seeing us around the city, and even if we're having a great conversation or a discussion, they will ask, like, where are you from, or what organizations do you guys belong to? And we're like, oh, we're Thrive, and I'm like, but are you thriving forward, or did you catch your Thrive, or what about you is thriving today? What are you thriving about today? And that ends up starting the conversation that makes people want to say, I really want to know what this group is about. Like, who are they?
So I have a question. Do you guys think these models or these approaches are different or the same?
Different.
What makes it different?
Because I don't feel like we're immersing ourselves in the people that we know this group of people, but being out and about amongst other people. So like going to a basketball game or a football game at Banneker, and even though people see you with a group of people that if your group is like being out with the cool girls, everybody sees the cool girl group or the cool guy group, and everybody sees them talking, but everybody wants to know who they are. So it ends up being that Thrive ends up being who are they on the simple fact of we always see them. Like, where are they?
So it's less of a come to us, we'll go to you.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Huh?
Are you sure?
No, we're going to them. We're going into the.
We're going to
So do
them,
you
but
think-
we're not going at them.
So do you think faith-based communities have a tendency of telling people to just come to them more so than actually them going out?
Yes.
Do you think that's?
Sometimes it's word of mouth.
Say it again.
A lot of times it's word of mouth. Like in churches that I've been to, it's always been, oh, have you heard? I could be out and about, and they might ask, have you? I might see them doing something,
Mm-hmm.
and they might ask, have you heard of this church, or whatever, or do you have a church home, or whatever. So it's all, in my experience, it's always been kind of like a word of mouth. You might be out and about. So it's not, I guess, in a sense, it's not different from what others do.
Okay.
I just looked at it from the perspective of, because we're small, we don't have the resources to do it. So, to advertise or whatever, like to spend money on a
But-
billboard or get a bus, something like that. So,
But I don't think that if we do it the way that we presented it right here, we wouldn't need that. We wouldn't, honestly, this way of doing it, you're really not, it speaks louder because you're not spending any money. At the most, you're spending a $10 football ticket to go to a football game at high school.
Well, what's the one thing? And there's a reason why we use the Mr.